Nurse Investor. For a beginner in the UK, how do I start investing in the stock market?
Great. That's a fantastic question. To start investing in the stock market in the UK, there are a few steps that you can take that's going to help you in this journey. Many people assume that stock market investing is something that is hard, but it's actually not as hard as people think. In fact, most believe that stock market investing is just for rich people, but it's not. Everyone can get involved in the stock market. Now, here are step-by-step guide to follow as a beginner who wants to start investing in the UK. The first thing you need is a regulated brokerage account, because you can't own a share of a stock or a share of a company, because if you are owning a share, that means you are becoming a part owner of a company. You can't buy any share without going through a broker. So the broker consider them as the intermediary between you and the share of the company you want to buy. So the first thing you need is to find a regulated brokers. There are so many regulated brokers in the UK. They need to be regulated by FCA, which is the Financial Conduct Authority, and also the Financial Services Compensation Scheme, so that your money is protected up till £85,000. Now, there are so many regulated brokers in the UK. One, we have Vanguard, we have Invest Engine, Interactive Broker, Hargreaves Lansdown, Trading 212, Free Trade, eToro, and so many of them like that. You need one of these guys before you can start investing in the UK. The choice of the regulator that you go for, or the choice of the broker that you go for, it largely depends on what you want. So if you are somebody who wants to invest in funds, consider funds like basket of companies, right? Or somebody who wants to invest in individual companies. Say you like company like Amazon, Apple, you want to buy those sort of companies. Then you go for one broker. Brokers like Trading 212 offers you both. You can invest in individual stocks and funds with them. Brokers like Vanguard, Invest Engine, you can only buy funds on those brokers. So depending on what you want, that's what's going to determine which broker you go for. And also things to consider is things like the cost of this broker. Some of these brokers will charge you things like, Vanguard will charge you things like £4 every month before you can use their platform. Trading 212 is free commission. Free Trade will charge you 5.99 before you can use their broker. So you consider some of these things before you now say, oh, this is the broker I want to choose. So you choose a broker. Now, which account do you need before you can start investing? Some of these brokers have 2 accounts. And in those 2 accounts, you can start investing in the stock market. One is the general investment account. The second is what we call the stocks ISA. So with general investment account, you can start investing in the stock market, buy any stocks that you want. There is no maximum amount you can put there. You can put as much as you have in those accounts. But you are liable to pay capital gain tax if you pass the capital gain allowance. I believe the capital gain allowance now is £3,000 for profits and £500 for dividends. So if you pass this threshold, you are going to have to pay capital gain tax. For basic taxpayer now is 18%. So that's how that one works. But on the other hand, the best account that has come out of the UK is with Stocks ISA. That one is a tax evasion account that allows you to invest in the stock market tax-free, because any profit, dividend, interest, or whatever you get in this account, it's your money, it's tax-free. So this is why this is one of the best accounts to have come out of the UK. But you can only put £20,000 in this account. You can't put more than £20,000 in it in a tax year. That's from to April, right? If you can't put more than £20,000 in it. So if you are somebody who have more than £20,000, majority of people don't. So, but if you're somebody who have £20,000, then you can put it in your stock size. And when you now maximize it and you still have more money, then you can now be thinking of the other account, which is the general investment account. So consider opening a stock ISA. Some of the providers have listed before. All of them have this stock ISA account. And also bear in mind, there are other type of ISAs as well, like the cash ISA, like the innovative finance, and the lifetime ISA. So if you have opened any of these ISAs before, then you may have to consider, because that means you have used part of your ISA before. Say, for instance, you have put £10,000 in your stocks ISA. You have put £4,000 in your lifetime ISA. That means you only have £6,000 left to put in your Stocks ISA. So bear this in mind when you want to open a Stock ISA account. So when you now open this Stock ISA account, you verify your identity with this broker. Easy as you using your passport, your driving license. If you use some of these things, you'll be able to verify your identity with the brokers. And then they are going to ask you some certain questions just to know your risk appetite and where you are getting money from. Well, depending on your answer to this question, then they are going to verify you. So when they verify you, that means you are now ready to start buying stocks of the individual stocks you want or the index fund or ETF that you want. So the moment the account is verified, the next thing it's going to ask you is to deposit funds inside this account, right? To deposit funds inside this account, you have to link your account together with your bank account. Once you link it together with your bank account, then you are now ready to fund it. You fund it with any amount you want. Some of these brokers will allow you to start with as low as £10. Some of them will allow you to put even £1 in them. So when you put this amount, you can use this amount to now buy any stocks that you want. But always make sure that you do your due diligence before you buy any stocks. Have an understanding of how the stock market works before you start putting your money there. Don't just follow people on social media and copy what they are doing. You need to be careful because this is a high-risk asset that you want to start investing in. And that's exactly the steps that you follow if you want to start investing in the stock market in the UK. So guys, everything I shared in this video is for educational purpose and not to be construed as financial advice. I hope you find this useful. And probably every week, I'm going to be dropping a video on this channel and be walking you through how the stock market works, sharing my own experience as well on how it works. And hopefully at the end of the day, we are going to create a community of people that invest in the stock market and take us from beginner stage to the level I am today. I hope you find it useful. Thank you.